So this is my brand, Diem by the Day. And this is our official website that I created. And then we have our signature slogan, which is worry about the present. And this is a picture of me modeling the shirt. This is the only picture we have because we haven't got the rest of the shirts printed. So when the shirts get printed, we have a photo shoot date coming up, and that's when we'll basically do like, the videos of like what it would look like on person, taking photos to put on our Instagram and on the official website. These are what the shirts will look like. There is 2 logos for the stickers. This is my Instagram because, like I said, we don't have any pictures or any content to upload to the actual, the actual Instagram page or the website. So once that happens, then we'll swap mine out. We have a quick about us, and then we have basically the states that we cover. We cover New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, and Maryland. And we have a little bit of our contact information. And the special thing about our brand, for the initial launch and release of our shirts, all the orders that we get are going to be personally delivered, just to build that one-on-one, connection with the customers or the consumers. Going back to the top, we have the shop page, which has all the shirts on that page. We have the About Us page, which gives like a quick little bio about each person that is in Diem. Then we have the blogs. And the theme behind the blogs is basically what people go through each day, the motions, the emotions that we go through, and basically how to get through them and how to basically better navigate through life. And we have words like determination, depression, discipline, destruction, disciple, deceit, decision, self-discovery. If you can catch the trend, it's kind of like we try to use a word that starts with the letter D to fill in for like Diem by the Day. So then we go into Carpe Diem, which eventually will turn into the page for the motivational and lifestyle content. For right now, it is like a playlist of the motivational videos that I personally watch and that I learned from. Then we have the links to Facebook. We have Twitter, Instagram, that's Cash App right there, and then to my LinkedIn, and we'll take a look at that. So this is my LinkedIn. I have a headshot, and for my wallpaper, you have the Diem by the Day logo. Quick little headline, the area that I'm in, quick about, like an about me summary featured. I linked the Diem website into my LinkedIn. Just some of my experience, like where I worked at, education, skills, endorsements, some of my interests, and some of my interests include, some like some retail shops, some motivational people, some churches, and some higher end brands, just to draw inspiration from. So now let's get into the presentation portion. If it wants to load. Come on. Okay, so let's dive right into Diem by the Day. So let's start off with why Diem. Our mission at Diem is to help people achieve spiritual, mental, emotional growth. We want to see people succeed in life because we feel that success is for everybody who actually seeks out to succeed in life. And we just want to help people, achieve their goals, to be more positive in their life and to be more purpose driven. And we just want to help people, live the Carpe Diem lifestyle. And like I said before, Carpe Diem translates to seize the day. We want you to maximize the hours in your day and basically be the best person you can be, and you utilize every moment and enjoy every moment at the same time. Our vision is to be a symbol for a better life. When you think of life improvement, life betterment, trying to be a more positive person in general, we want you to think of Diem. And a small goal for us is like in 5 years, we want to have at least over 1,000, transformed lives, personal testimonies of people who've gone through the program and experienced changes in their personal life. So our values include reflection, progression, commitment, resiliency, and success. Now the business description. Diem by the Day is a corporation that specifies in supplying motivational content, mentorship programs, life coaching. We just want to implement habits of success so that the content that you learn and all the things that you learn from us and our program and what we like, all of our content that we put out, we want you to be able to apply it to your life, and that it would, stay relevant, and it will keep working far beyond when, you're not really even if you're not fully involved with us. We want to have that effect on people. As well, at the same time, we want to have fashionable streetwear and lifestyle clothing and accessories. And we are not limited to just those two things. We're not limited to just the mentorship and just the fashion portion. We also have other things in the works, such as master classes, and I'll get into some of that later because it's being covered by one particular person in the Diem group. And you might wonder why I have a picture of this weird-looking beast. This weird-looking beast is called a chimera. It's based in Greek mythology for this ferocious beast that had the head of a lion, in the middle was the head of a goat, and for the tail was a snake. And the reason why I put this on here was because I felt that it is a great symbol for Diem. We're three individuals who are totally different from each other, who have different aspects to each other, coming together to make this one beast, this one unstoppable monster. And we just want to come together and really just conquer. So let's just talk about the people and the management. So first, we're going to start off with, I call him the lion head, which is Jelani. Jelani is the ambassador, the operations manager, social media expert. He's in charge of marketing. Basically, he's the mouth of Diem. He's the face, we're all the face, but he's like the main person that is always promoting Diem. He's always talking. He's always trying to network with people, trying to figure out things. He just wants to be so involved, and he basically puts his all into it. Next, we move on to the snake's tail, which I call Odyssey. And Odyssey, he is a co-owner, videographer, visual design, quality control, and office manager. He's the person that is basically in charge of our videos, in charge of the graphic design. So he came up with the Diem logo, both of the logos, because there's the logo on the back of the t-shirt with the slogan. He's just like our tech guy. He's artistic, so that's basically what he does, and he makes sure like the quality that we put out is actually worth what we're putting out. It's not that we're putting out anything mediocre. And this is the portion I was talking about, the master class, where he wants to basically teach people how to get better at graphic design, how to get better at editing videos. He just wants to basically spread his knowledge with people. And then we come to the goat head, which is me. And I'm co-owner, life coach, 4-person / secondary consultant, accountant, bookkeeper, shipping and receiving person. So I'm in charge of basically the Carpe Diem section, which is the mentorship and lifestyle. I'm in charge of bookkeeping and accounting. That's like the money that's coming in and out. And then shipping and receiving, I'm in charge of packaging up, sending them out, or even delivering them personally, like I said I was. And 4-person secondary consultant, I'm basically the person that if somebody's missing, I have to fill in for them. So Jelani's not there to go to a place that we can possibly network with people and spread our business and really market, then I would have to go there for him. Or if obviously needs help with his video, or he's not able to finish a video, then I'm there to fill that role too. So I'm just like person that's always around to help. So now let's go into products and services. Like I said, we offer the t-shirts and the accessories, as well as the Carpe Diem mentorship and life coaching. Market defined. So basically, the retail market is very big for any clothing brand. It was projected for 2020 that retail was supposed to be around $3.9 trillion in revenue. Supposed to rise 3.5 to 4.1%, but this was before Corona, so I'm pretty sure we're nowhere near that number. And there's more than 300 known brands in the U.S. And then and then you take into account all the ones that are also overseas. Then you have also the local brands, or like the small brands that, you know, basically deal in like local and small boutiques, like around like neighborhoods and stuff like that. So there is a big market because all of these brands are still functioning today and still, you know, accumulating a lot of revenue. Then we go into the Carpe Diem mentor aspect of market, and basically beginner motivational speakers and like life coaches. They usually make like $6,000 to $20,000 a year, or sometimes for like events, when you speak at an event, you can make $200 to $1,000 per, like, you know, event that you speak at, like if you were to present at a conference. Now let's go on to target market. And our target market / demographic is middle school through young adulthood. Now we're gonna break this down into the three archetypes. So first, let's start with the consumer archetype of the middle school male and female. So for the mentorship portion, we just want to help kids that are, you know, that might be struggling with their identity, struggling with fitting in, or they might, you know, be dealing with other complications, like, you know, emotional issues, puberty, like middle school kids, the things that you would go through if you were that age. We just want to basically be a guide for them to help them be more positive and to spread positivity and be comfortable with themselves. That's basically all the mentorship really is. We want to help in better people's lives and make things more positive. Move on to the fashion portion. Most younger kids, they usually, you know, support and buy brands because of the people that are in there. So when we marketing like through social media, like outlets like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, like all of those different outlets, kids usually follow a person, and then any of the merch that they put out, they're like really like devoted to that person, or like devoted to like the message that they're bringing, so they'll buy their products. So that's basically what we're trying to do, basically be a social media presence / influence on the younger generation. Move on to males and females, high school through young adulthood. This is like our main focus, because we're right around this age. We can connect with this demographic. So when we talk about the mentorship, again, struggling with purpose and identity, we have those who need guidance to help pursue their dreams or their goals in life, and to help them be successful. We're trying to basically help them navigate through, you know, the harsh realities of the real world. That's all we're trying to do. You know, positivity, changing lives, helping them grow. You go into the fashion portion. Most teens and young adults, they want to buy trendy products that say something about themselves. So if a kid was supposed to buy, like, you know, Supreme or Bape, you know, hype beast type brand, you know, or you have Louis Vuitton, Gucci, which are more the higher luxury brands, or you might have maybe like a Gap or like a Tommy Hilfiger, which is kind of like lower. It's kind of like luxury, but it's like lower, like cheaper. So basically, we're trying to target them. We're trying to basically have an image behind Diem that is trendy, and to basically push that onto the young adulthood and teen demographic to have them buy our products. And for the mentorship, the third archetype that I would talk about is the late bloomers. Late bloomers meaning the people who are not really, you know, there in life. Like they're in later years, and they're not really, you know, moving, they're kind of stagnant, and we're trying to help those people get out of that, start changing their habits, to start pushing them and get the wheels rolling, and to basically help them be successful. Those who, might have started off late, or it's just taking them longer to, maybe get through college, or to, get a job, or even people who tried and failed. We want to, push them to get back up and keep pushing. So let's talk about how we're going to communicate with, that target market, that demographic, with our customers. Social media, as I said, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, all them little social media outlets. We also want to provide contact information, as we did on our website. We also want to have customer service emails, so that, an email set aside so that people can email us when they have a comment, or they want to just talk about the brand itself, or to understand us. We want to do surveys with our products, once you buy our product, after you finish, maybe the mentorship program, or after you get the shirts. We want you to actually complete a survey, tell us how, the shipping went, how the process of going through the website was, just being honest with us to help us get better. Also, one-on-one meetings with the mentorship program, one-on-one meetings with our clients and customers. And then community outreach, being around the people that actually buy our products. Competition. Let's talk about basically our competition. So as I said, we're going to be marketing through social media. YouTube is one of the most prominent, Instagram probably the second. So we would be going against all the YouTube channels that basically are doing what we're doing. So for the Carpe Diem mentorship and lifestyle, I will be going up against Milgram Brothers, Law of Attraction, Motivation Madness, and then this is Motivation from Above. Those are all motivational channels that just produce content on to purpose in life, motivation to help people, get up in the morning and actually, hit it hard and, really own the day. Then you go into lifestyle brands, which are, you have Teaching Men's Fashion, Alpha Male M, we have Alex Costa and How to Beast. They're all basically people that I watch, and basically I draw, inspiration and, learn from them. So even though I'm learning from them, there's still competition. So have to include them in there. And they also all have an Instagram presence. Usually when people are very popular on YouTube, their Instagram presence is just as high because of the transition over. People follow them in both aspects. So the next competition, which is probably our biggest competition on YouTube, will be PAQ, because PAQ, they are kind of similar to us. The Chimera, the 3 different personalities, well, in this case, 4 different personalities coming together to make one big brand, one big image. And they represent different walks of life, just like us. So, and some of the things they do fashion challenges, they do higher end fashion. So we'll be kind of in the middle, because we're not there yet, with the higher end fashion. They're frequently in America, which is kind of good, because, YouTube, a lot of people on YouTube, they, collaborate. So it would be good for a brand like us, our image, to basically collaborate with somebody who's kind of like us, and to see where our minds at, how, we're similar in a way, but at the end of the day, there's still, competition, and we can learn from them and utilize some of their, their strategies, what they did to become successful. Next, we talk about another competition in the fashion realm. We'll talk about Does It Even Matter, or DIM. So when we first initially started the brand, there was another brand called Diem, streetwear company in New York City, and we posted one of the prototypes initially, and the person we said, oh, this is the prototype, and the person was like, what are you guys prototyping? Because my brand is Diem. The guy who actually made the brand reached out to us. So, we researched it, and he has copyrights on the acronym Does It Even Matter? Not specifically the word Diem. So they're a streetwear brand. They sell apparel, art, they blog, and they have video stories. Their downfall, basically what they're missing, they haven't really posted to their blogs or their video stories in 3 years. So we can capitalize on that, on doing, basically not picking up where they left off, but where they're lacking, we strike there and we do it better than they do. Or even if they're doing better, or even if they're doing something very well, we try to figure out how to do it better than them. All they sell is clothes and art. They don't sell no mentorship programs, nothing like that in particular. So we have that set aside. And like I said before, the acronym Diem is only copyrighted. It's only the acronym, not specifically the word. Next, we move on to Vero Monarch. And Vero Monarch is actually my brother-in-law's brand. And the reason why this is competition, because even though he does make our shirts for us, he's still competition. He's still a fashion brand. And these are some of his products. The downfall is the quality of his material. I've personally dealt with his brand, and there's a lot of great patchwork, stitching, printing, but the quality of the actual product itself, the feeling of the hoodie or the t-shirt or the pants is not really up to par where it should be, especially for the price point that it's at, in my opinion. But I've asked other people and they just as well agree. And also, not to speak illy of him, he hops on trends kind of late. So like the tie-dye thing, that was kind of late. And 3M, it came out around, 3M started becoming popular like last year around the summertime, and he didn't release these until the wintertime. We have bleach, like the bleach trend. We have all these other trends that he's kind of hopping on late. So what we want to do is we want to capitalize on that. If we see a trend that might be on the rise or something like that, we don't want to, jump the gun and, invest all our money into something that really doesn't, profit us, like a trend that doesn't profit us. But at the same time, we don't want to, fall behind. If there's something that we can, make money on, then we'll try to make money off of it. Also, another downfall is collaborating with brands that are rip-off of other brands. So Anti-Mid Social Club, basically that's a brand that's kind of ripping off another brand called Anti-Social Club. And he's making hoodies for them, but at the same time, it's not the actual brand. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like people look at it as like you're making a knockoff of the original brand. But anyway, let's hop into another competition for the Carpe Diem mentorship and motivational. Back to that, we have the motivational speakers, the mentors. Tony Robbins, Eric D. Smith, Simon Sinek, David Goggins, Damon Jones. You have Ray Lewis, and we have Robert Kiyosaki. And these are all people that like I said, I draw inspiration from them. I draw, knowledge from them. I try to take notes and try to basically learn their habits of success. But at the same time, as soon as I step into that field, they become competition. So now let's look on to the SWOT analysis. Basically, our strength, like I said before, chimera, 3 minds, 3 personalities in one body. Our brand is affordable. We are adaptable. Like I said, we have a bunch of different avenues that we can tap into, in particular because we're 3 different people. Us as owners, we're still relatively young, so we can really connect to the younger demographic. But at the same time, some of us we have the wisdom to connect to an older demographic as well. At the same time, networking. All of us in Diem, we're all Milton Hershey School graduates. Now, Milton Hershey, like the Hershey Corporation, is a big corporation, and they have a bunch of different channels. So kind of like LinkedIn, how when you connect with somebody, you kind of get like all of their connections. So basically, we can tap into that and basically build our network and foundation. So then we move into weaknesses. We're unknown. We have minimal startup publicity. Like nobody really knows us, so it's going to take a while for us to start really building a following and really getting there. Next, it takes longer times to make decisions because it's 3 people, and we tend to we can work great together, but then there's also some things, of course, that we're going to disagree on because we're all different people. And also distance from each other. So 2 of us are in college, the other one is in a different college in New Jersey, but then also at the same time, my partner that's in Millersville with me, he is from Washington, D.C. So there's a lot of distance. Yes, we can cover more ground, which is kind of a opportunity, but at the same time, it can also be a weakness. And as I said before, with the decision making, we're all friends, so sometimes there's a bit of unprofessionalism, when it comes to the business. But that's all about, like how I said, we're growing. As we're growing, we want our customers to grow with. Well, we want to grow with our business and with our customers. Let's go into opportunities. A lot of startup brands, they don't do much of community outreach, and I'm gonna dive into some of the ways that we're gonna do community outreach. But a lot of the startup ones, they don't give back as much, because it's very hard to start up a brand. But we feel that if we start early, with community outreach, we're able to build a bigger following. Versatility. Like I said, the 3 minds, we're 3 different people. We have a lot of avenues that we can tap into. And then, like I said before, the spread out of locations, that's also an opportunity to cover more ground. Threats. Coronavirus, that's affected everybody and everybody's business. This has pushed back our business a bunch because shirts were not able to be printed. Then that had to push back, the release, and then the video shoot of, like, to take pictures of the shirts and all that stuff. So that's pushing a lot of things back. Also, another threat, the other Diem brand. They're not necessarily a crazy threat, but there's a lot of legal work that has to be done, so that therefore they can't sue us in any type of way or shape or form. Another threat, miscommunication. Because of the spread outness of us, and the fact that we can be friends sometimes and bicker, miscommunication can be a threat. So it's all about, us getting into a rhythm and being comfortable enough with each other. And then also, each aspect of the business might take on a life of its own. Like, if you think about, like, how Jordan was with Nike, he separated and did his own thing because his brand, or his, like, image, his name became big enough to the point where he could separate. That could be a threat to us because we're all individual people at the end of the day. And if one of us is succeeding and they're basically holding up the brand, then as friends and as associates and people that want to see other people succeed, we're not going to hold each other to that. We're not going to hold each other down. So that is a threat as well. Next, let's move on. Let's just start finishing up with the triple bottom line, how we are giving back. So the first way that I thought to give back is to give away backpacks and school supplies when it's back to school time. The way I came up with this idea is through my job at the YMCA. Me and also my associate Jelani, who is also on the Diem, we both work at the YMCA. We're both very heavily invested with the kids, and they look up to us. So why not try to give back to the kids? And also that helps us network with the YMCA, and then other people that are watching what we're doing. Helps us talk to parents. Basically become a household name. Next, we want to basically help the homeless. I know that there's a lot of opportunities to help in kitchens, food drives, during the winter time, give out coats and blankets, give out, we could give out clothes to the homeless. I mean, there's brands that we studied even in class, that they were like, oh, we don't want homeless people wearing our brand because it basically devalues our product. We don't want to necessarily, we don't want to stand for that. We want to stand for improvement in life, and sometimes you're going to start at the rock bottom. So we want to basically represent those people who are all the way at the bottom, and all the people who are all the way successful. We want to basically represent that bridge from broke to rich, poor to rich. Like, we want to be that bridge between it. And then the third and final way is to for the fashion portion, just eco-friendly, recycled t-shirts, basically helping out the environment in any way. There's probably other ways that we can help out the environment as well with our products, and we'll look into those definitely. So that is my business plan for Diem. Thank you for this opportunity to present. And Diem, if you're investing in Diem, you're investing in people. You're not investing in a company. You're investing in change, and in the betterment of people. So, thank you.